what if your kid grows up one day, right? And I'm guilty of this. I put pictures of my daughter on social media, so I'm not saying that anybody that does is a bad person, but we are making some decision for our kid that they're gonna have to live with. Like, their pictures are online for the rest of their lives, and they never got to make that choice. And it's really this generation of kids that have to deal with that. Like, our generation having children, those are the kids that their entire life will be documented on the internet. And that's just weird to think about. Like, nobody ever had to live with that.
But social media has been on fire. It's one social media outlet has been on fire lately. It's been getting banned and getting a lot of pressure. TikTok. That is on hot grounds right now. They want to ban it on pretty much all states in the U.S. But have you guys heard about this, Mateo? Pucho? What's your takes on TikTok being banned?
When I originally heard all this stuff come up, it was a little bit before TikTok got introduced. I think TikTok was still like this other app, like that it was some different app
called
Musical.ly or some shit like that. And the big thing around then was the phone company Huawei. It's like a Chinese phone company.
Huawei or something?
Huawei, yeah, that they banned them from selling phones in America because supposedly they were sending back information to China through those phones. So, like, I know that the foundation for this is, like, it's pretty solid that, like, China is trying to collect information. They're, like, in their data era generation revolution thing that they're going through, and they're just collecting a lot of data. So I know that there's, like, there is, like, a legit reason why they want. It just seems like there's a back door in a lot of these products for, and it's not like these companies can tell the Chinese government, no, you know what I mean? Like, no, you're not going to, like, basically they're at the Chinese government's will at all times.
I think that's the main distinction because all the tech companies,
everyone's gathering data. Yeah.
Like I explained the other day about how you could have a conversation with somebody about something and then these ads start appearing on, like, you know, your timeline and stuff like that, like why that happens or whatever. And it's just because these companies are taking all your data. I think the distinction here is that, like, TikTok having your data and selling your data is one thing. I think what the main concern is TikTok giving that data to the Chinese government. It's not so much that they're a Chinese company, it's that their government kind of has a degree of control over the companies over there that a lot of other governments don't have over, you know, like America can't even ask Apple to unlock somebody's phone. Like, they just won't do it. You know what I mean?
Granted, a lot of that has been changing. Like, I think that there have been some cases recently where, like, the government here in America has gotten warrants and had gotten information freely handed over. Like, there's concerns about that in general with social media. Like, a buddy of mine always says, like, if the product is free, then you are the payment. Like, your data is the payment for that product.
Right. If the product is free, then you are the product. Is usually
yeah. There we go.
I do think that was it Trump in 2020, whereas he was trying to ban it. He was like the head guy to try to, like, get rid of it in the U.S. Right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think he enacted the ban on the cell phones.
Yeah, on the cell phones.
Huawei.
And it's crazy too because it says here too that TikTok doesn't operate in China, but the Chinese government does enjoy a large amount of its business and jurisdiction. I
mean, some amount of this, like, is definitely, like, xenophobic, kind of just knee-jerk reaction kind of stuff. Like, some amount of it is absolutely tied to that. It's kind of the same thing with Epic, the Epic Game Store, and how people are like, oh, they're stealing your data and they're a Chinese-owned company, so they're going to do all kinds of shady things, blah, blah, blah. And I think that there's been some varying reports about whether there's actually data being taken by Epic that is not what you would expect to be taken. a lot of it has been debunked. Like, so there was a guy claiming that it was grabbing all kinds of crazy stuff from your computer and getting crazy permissions. He posts on a lot of Reddit threads. Like, anytime anyone mentions like Epic or Tencent or any of those companies, like he pops up in these Reddit threads. And there's people that just actively debunk all his claims. Like, so I don't know to what extent that's a concern. But some part of it feels xenophobic. Like, some part of it feels like it's just like the fear of China in general that's causing all this nonsense.
Yeah, I think their main concern is like a national security threat. That's what most of their complaints are, but they don't have any proof. They're just making these claims without any proof.
I
so
mean,
it's
think
just,
about it.
Who's
If
they?
a government,
our government.
Our government is
Yeah.
Yeah, the congressional hearings and things.
just, I mean, if let's say TikTok has like a back door or something like that, and a government official has TikTok on their phone and shit like that, that essentially gives them like a back door into all their stuff.
I
too.
think
So.
I think the government officials probably shouldn't have social media and such on their phones in general. I think that's probably like a security concern
Not
just
only-
in and of itself.
I think the problem is too is that they probably don't like other governments like sneaking into our shit because our governments can do that free will. They can go through all of our stuff without even asking permission. Like, you know what I mean? Like Snowden's the one that put that on Front Street, bro. These people can look at my webcam at any given point in time, turn it on, and hear or watch what the heck I'm doing.
I don't know if that's completely accurate. I don't think the NSA is in your webcam right now.
I'm not a
I
national
know,
threat.
like phone calls, they were able to listen in on any phone calls they wanted.
They got
If
satellites
you have
up
like
there.
CCTVs, anyone
anyone.
could log into your camera because it's on the internet. Like any
Yeah.
CCTV, there's a link you could go to and find that feed. Like it's just on the internet.
Yeah, it's a question of how secured is it, and for a lot of our home products, probably not as much as it should be.
Yeah, I mean, they also saying too though, like TikTok does collect a lot of data, but not as much or less or invasive as other companies in the U.S. do with their apps. So,
I don't know. As a software guy, I'll tell you that TikTok, and I've listened to other podcasts about this. TikTok seems to be the most egregious of the data collectors in terms of either they're they're collecting the most amount of data, or they're so smart they're collecting all the right amount of data. If you open up TikTok, you'll almost always see videos that are your interests. And they're much better at any other video service or anything. At constantly, every time you swipe, it's almost always something that you want to see. They've mastered something in their algorithm to like they keep people glued to their app. I don't know if if that speaks to how well they've figured something out or how much they're gathering. But.
I'm not a TikTok person. I've clicked on TikToks that are shared with me. I've never installed the app. I know that we ourselves are like, we put our videos on TikTok. That's about my level of involvement with it. I don't know if I disagree though that that TikTok is probably bad for some kind of mental health. I think social media in general is bad for your health. So like obviously the one where you're scrolling through videos and you can get lost for an hour just scrolling through videos, I think it's probably not a great one. I think there's probably some negative consequences to your mental health.
Yeah, maybe it's a hot take. I don't think kids should be on social media.
Same.
What age?
I feel like, I don't know. I'll say 16 is probably when kids should get social media. That's a random age. I don't know. I feel like you're at the age where you're about to start going out into the world. Maybe you should start making some connections with people and stuff like that. But I don't know, like social media was mostly created for dating. And it still centers around that in a lot of aspects. It's like, I don't think my 11-year-old needs to freaking know anything about anybody dating wise from the internet. It's like, go to school.
Yeah.
Like go experience life through school. Okay.
Go log into Club Penguin.
Or go to Club Penguin. I think they shut it down. A lot of people are depressed about that.
I think 4chan took over Club Penguin for a while too. Don't go to Club Penguin; it's a bad place.
I do agree with you though, Pooch. I do find it weird that some parents do let their kids have a social media account at such a young age, like 12 or 14, or like around that age, and then
Well, dude, it's like 10, 11 now.
Dude,
No,
I got a social media Facebook friend request from my cousin's kid when he was like 10 or something, and I thought that was weird. I didn't accept that invite.
yeah, it's just weird to me. Like, doesn't matter sex either, son, daughter, like doesn't matter, boy, girl, doesn't matter. It's just like they shouldn't really be on TikTok doing these dances and doing all, but hey, to each their own. You know what I'm saying? But it's just I personally wouldn't. I don't think it's right because you don't know what creep is gonna be.
I think it's funny. The people usually that say stuff like that, save the children and all this, they're usually the people that are putting their children on the forefront of their social media accounts. And I never understood that. And I'm like, dude, if you want to save the kids, just like stop posting pictures of your kids. Like that's literally.
I think that's different from what Pucho's saying too, though.
Yeah, I'm not. There may be an argument to be made about posting pictures and videos of your children because I know some people don't like this, right? But against somebody's consent, you're plastering somebody's entire life on the internet before they're of any age where they can determine whether they want their picture shared or not.
Or
like
even
it's
know the-
different. Back in the day, people would take pictures of you and it would sit in a photo album. Now you're taking pictures of your kid
Whoa.
from
Your family actually developed the pictures? I'm pretty sure mine just kept them in the little plastic thing and never developed.
That's insane
But-
to me.
What's insane?
Your take on this consent stuff, like to a certain degree, yeah, I would agree with
What
you.
if
But
what if your kid grows up one day, right? And I'm guilty of this. I put pictures of my daughter on social media, so I'm not saying that anybody that does is a bad person, but we are making some decision for our kid that they're gonna have to live with. Like their pictures are online for the rest of their lives, and they never got to make that choice. And it's really this generation of kids that have to deal with that. Like our generation having children, those are the kids that their entire life will be documented on the internet. And that's just weird to think about. Like nobody ever had to live with that. How that impacts them, I don't know. But it's like I know that there's pictures of me that I don't like. That I like when I was a kid, I'd cringe at certain pictures my mom would have in her photo album. I'd be pissed if I grew up and that picture was just on the internet forever. Like I don't know. I don't know why you're so appalled by this consent for kids thing.
maybe I'm in the camp, it's like subconsciously in the camp of you're not 18, and you live with me, you're still under my guidelines. Like I can I can take a picture of you type thing and like post it. It's not bad. Like maybe, and that's weird to say too. Saying it out loud.
Once you're saying it out loud, you
Like,
can realize how weird it sounds.
That is a little weird.
I could take any video of you and put it on the internet.
I'll
You're
put it
under
wherever I
18,
want.
I own you.
Yeah,
it's weird.
It's a little master.
Imagine
type
your kid was
vibes.
17 years old and you were doing that.
No,
Like, that's a fist fight.
That's a weird. That's
Like
weird.
I'm like, yo, pops, I love you, but I don't like. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know. I think there's a balance, right? There are for sure. You live under my house. We're gonna have certain rules. We're gonna live a way that coincides with my wants and my desires.
Facts.
I don't want you out in the streets at certain times. I don't want you staying up past this time. I don't want you eating nothing but sweet, right? Because I have all these things that I think this is what for your best. I don't think I'm gonna plaster all your pictures on the internet because I think it's for your best. Is really what you're saying. You're just
it sounded
like,
weird.
you're
saying it.
selfishly wanting to share something to people. I don't know, with people, I guess.
Yeah, but I mean, like you said, you also share pictures of your kids online, so it's just like
Yeah, it's selfish. I'm
I
not
don't
saying that
know.
you're
I
alone
don't
in
think
that.
it- no. Yeah, I don't think it is.
You
though.
do it too.
No, I don't think. No, I'm saying like I don't think you believe in that 100%. Like
I don't think that the primary focus is a selfish thing in and of itself. I think I think that like the primary focus is like, oh, I want my tia that I that lives in several states over. I want her to see pictures of my kid, or I want my family members to be able to see pictures of my kid.
you could just send it to them privately too.
But exactly, there is some selfish aspect to it because you want those clicks, you want those thumbs up, you want those little hearts on Facebook or whatever is happening.
Yeah, I don't know. When I post pictures of my son, I don't do it for likes. Like it's weird.
Yeah, you do.
I don't.
So then why do you
Why would you
them?
post it?
just to show people my son. Like it's not like it's not. I'm not, like I don't do. I never
You're
post
doing it
anything
for the
likes.
social clout or the social aspect.
More like
Right?
look at my son. Look what he's doing. Look how much fun he's having.
For the attention.
Maybe, but that's crazy to say though. 'Cause
Wa-
it's not
wanting
something I'm
attention
really
is-
looking for though.
Wanting attention is not necessarily a bad thing, though. We all want attention. We are human beings. We want attention.
Yeah,
this is why we can't live solo lives. We're social people. We're social animals.
I think no.
Tony
I'm
doesn't
a
want
social.
any
I'm the biggest social butterfly in this group. I can talk to anybody.
Yeah, you
But-
talk to everyone.
Yeah. But the problem is, I'm capable of just being solo. That's the real flip. Like I'm comfortable with going and just doing things. Word. I'm probably the only person in this group that's gone to a movie theater by himself and enjoyed his whole time there.
Oh, I just did that this past week. I went and saw Quantumania by
my
myself.
bad. See?
Don't go see Quantumania. Wait for it to come to Disney Plus. There's my 5-second review.
That's crazy.
I don't even know what that is.
It's the Ant-Man movie.
It's the new Ant-Man.
There you go. I'm not a Marvel fan. So.
But no, yeah, I don't know. I do. It is selfish and
I don't
it
know.
is weird.
It feels like you think I'm saying you're a bad person for these things, or like it's a negative thing. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that all the reasons you're gonna come up with, it's BS because there's other ways. You could create a group chat with only the people you care about and put all the pictures there so that because those are the people you want, but you don't do that. You're like, I'm gonna put it on social media. Why? There's something you're getting. There's a good feeling you're getting by putting it out into the world. And I think that's the selfish thing. And selfish has a negative connotation, so be it. All I'm saying is that you're doing it for the feelings that you're feeling. You're not doing it for anybody else.
It's so crazy. Like I'm fighting it, but I do it. You know what I mean? It's just so.
Yeah, I know you do it. I see you take a picture of your son, and then I'll see that picture on the internet later, and I'm like,
Yeah, I took a picture of him today, before and after haircuts. I'm gonna post that today. But it's just now. It's just like, but I'm not doing
you
it for
want
clout.
people to be like, dang, that boy is fresh. That's
Even
what you
myself,
want people to
I took a
feel.
picture too when I got a cut. It's like, first cut Fridays. I'm out here, and it's not for likes, not for thirst traps. It's just
I'm out here. What's the point of even saying that?
no. I just said it now. I didn't literally type that up on my Snap, but I don't know. It is. It is. It
And
is.
also, and I'm with you, Tony. You could say I'm guilty. I'm 1 degree guilty of this because if you look at my timeline, I don't post anything on social media almost. I don't. Like
You were Gordon Freeman for like 10
I have
years.
like a billion pictures that are all people posted pictures of me. I don't ever be posting stuff like that. Yeah. I had a profile picture of Gordon Freeman for like 5 years. I was like, I'm not
Lot
changing
longer
this
than that.
until Half-Life 3 comes out. And then
Oh, man.
it just never came out. And I was depressed about that. And then I gave up on it. I no longer
Half-Life Alex came out and you were like, close enough.
care. What I should have done is change it to a picture of the winds of winter. But I've
Oh my
also
God.
now given up. I would have switched my profile by now. Yeah. I remember I want to say it was 2016. George R. R. Martin did this big Christmas or New Year's Eve post. All this write up. I was like, oh man, like that was the year I thought it was happening any day now, and it's been like 7 years since then. So I'm just so done. I don't know. We're transitioning. My point is, I don't be posting things on social media like that. My
Yeah.
wife posts it, but you're right. I accept the postings.
Yeah, as far as like an outright ban though, I think that's such a goofy idea. I don't think that's the move. I think that there are elements of their criticism that are valid, but I don't think that the solution here is to just get rid of TikTok and you can't use TikTok in the US anymore. I think that's just such a silly thing to do.
I don't think it's
I
ever
think-
going to get banned.
I say ban that shit. It would be weird because as an American, right? Then you'll say, well, that's just going to be a slippery slope. What next? Are you going to ban the American flag? Like you get banned crazy. You know what I mean? But I just think the world would be a better place if we just all ban TikTok. I think TikTok has made people worse.
I think it'll be a better place if we just ban all social media things, all outlets. To be honest,
I don't know.
if it ain't for
Oh,
business purposes, goodbye. Just do
Oh,
that.
That'd be weird. We'd have to go back to like a group email chain or something. Could you imagine how annoying that's going to be to like to read and respond to?
I mean, you could say Facebook single-handedly changed or put social media on Front Street.
Yeah, pretty much single-handedly did it. And there were other social medias before it, but they were tiny in comparison. Like,
We're forgetting MySpace. MySpace was pretty
That was for like high school,
lit.
middle
It
school.
was all over the place, but it
yeah,
was
it was
for
big, but it was like it wasn't Facebook big. Like
You had this-
like Facebook got our moms on the internet creating profiles, and like MySpace didn't do that. Like
yeah,
But you,
fair.
you also had Black Planet.
I was on Black
another
Planet.
good
I
one.
was
I
on
was
Mi
not
Gente.
on
Black
Black
Planet.
Planet.
Black,
I was
yeah, there
on-
was but these are like halfway, like they were just dating sites. Like,
Oh. Yeah.
They were like make a profile to hook up with people. I had a Black Planet account. I had a Mi Gente account.
I had a Moco Space account.
What is
Moco
Moco
Space?
Space?
This is Latin. It's like Spanish people.
I didn't.
Booger Space. I don't know. Weird.
Yeah, I've never heard of that. But no, yeah, I don't think it's ever going to get banned. But yes, I'm always the person to say, what's the cutoff? Because if you ban that, then you got to cut something else off, right?
I don't think you do. I think you could end it right there. Just ban TikTok and be done with it. You don't have to do anything else.
It's not how this place works. Not how the government works. It keeps on going.
Right. When they banned the bump stocks, forget about it. They just banned all guns. That's what happened to
No,
me,
they started
right?
banning certain things, certain attachments, certain things. It happens. Never.
I think in Canada they just banned handguns.
Really?
Huh.
Yeah.
It's cool. They should ban handguns.
But keep the shotguns and assault rifles.
Yeah.
That's why, because you can't
Just go
conceal
look
it.
at
Like, what the heck? What's the
both
point of-
A, because you could conceal it, and B, because go look at the vast majority of ways that people die via gunshots. It's handguns.
Y'all remember that one video of that child, and then they started pulling all the weapons out of his pants, shotguns, and all sorts of shit. And they're like, look at how many guns a person can bring into a school.
He
They pulled-
bought regular fit jeans, okay? If you see anybody in regular fit jeans, that person's a soon-to-be mass shooter. And you should arrest him right then and there. Right then and there. If you see somebody in those big old baggy
The
pants.
Jinkos.
Yeah, he basically
Yeah.
had on Jinkos. Yeah, I remember he whipped out like 4 long barrel rifles, right? I was like, wow.
We should ban assault Jinkos. That's what we need to do.
Assault Jinkos.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you stuck with us through this entirety of this episode, please share, like us, subscribe. We're on Discord. Join our Discord. Talk, drop a
Doey.
comment.
Doey, do your favorite TikTok dance for the people.
My
It's
back. nigga. My back.
Back is broken.
He's going to turn around and look like Cranky Kong. He's just like,
Oh, I forgot about that one. But yeah, just, share us, like, comment. Give us some topic ideas, And we appreciate you guys. We're at 500. A big old 5. Shout outs to all the shout outs to the ones who coming back and forth, subscribing, unsubscribing. I don't know what's going on there, what video threw you off, but shout out to you for keep going and coming back.
I like to think it was just the same person. They saw a video and they're like, that's an unsubscribe. They'll watch another and they're like, I'll give them another subscribe.
that's hilarious. They see a short, they subscribe, they go watch the video, and they're like, oh, they're talking about cock rings? Abort. And then they see another short, and they're like, oh, man, these guys are hilarious. Then they click in, and then they're like, chocolate flavored dildos, what are they talking about? And then they unsubscribe, and it's just resubscribe, unsubscribe. Yeah, that'd be hilarious. I love that thought.
As always, people, go one up yourself. Peace.